Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 7. So today is Monday, July 13th, and we really only have less than 2 weeks of this class because the last day of this class is Friday, July 24th. So week 8 is a shorter week. It's not a Monday to Monday week, it's a Monday to Friday week. So let's take a look at what we've got going on for this week. So last week, your final draft of essay 2 was due. And this week, we are working on essay 3 or continuing to work on essay 3. This Friday, July 17th, you need to read this essay. It is an argumentative or persuasive essay called Against School by John Taylor Gatto. I do recommend that you actively read this, of course, so annotate or take notes, but you do not need to submit your annotations or notes for this assignment. You're going to write a paragraph of approximately 8 to 10 sentences and answer these questions. Just kind of, assessing what this essay is about and what your thoughts about what his argument are. Okay, also due Friday is your outline for essay 3. So please read through these essay outline guidelines. So this is specifically geared toward a persuasive essay. So, this is what you should include in the introduction. This is kind of what your body paragraph should look like or include, your conclusion, and then some additional tips. Okay, oops, let's go back to that assignment. So read through those guidelines, then you're going to write out an outline. You can use this template. If you just click on make a copy, it'll make a copy for you and you can edit it directly. So just very basic, similar to the essay 2 outline. Okay, so Friday is the response to the essay, the outline for essay 3, and then there are some articles to read. This is from the Module 11 articles from Lumen Learning called The Research Process Using and Citing Sources. So please make sure that you take your time here. When I was looking over, I have not started grading the final drafts of essay 2 yet, but when I was looking over your rough drafts, I did notice that several of you were not citing your sources properly, or you were struggling to integrate them into your paragraphs more seamlessly, right? So we don't just want to like drop a quote and move on. We want to give a smooth transition into our source, our evidence, our quote, our paraphrase, our summary, whatever it might be. Then we explain how that piece of evidence supports the topic of our paragraph and also supports ultimately our thesis statement. So you really have to like tie it all together. We can't just drop the quotes and let them speak for themselves. Your job as a writer of an essay is to integrate everything and to properly cite to avoid plagiarism. This talks about using direct quotations, paraphrasing, summarizing, and then synthesizing sources, as well as plagiarism, and then another review of MLA formatting. So please make sure that you are properly formatting your document as a whole. You're properly formatting your in-text citations, the parenthetical citations, and then that you're also properly formatting your works cited page. So there are 3 elements essentially to the MLA formatting: the whole paper, the in-text citations, and the works cited page. And in order for you to properly format your in-text citations, you need to make sure that your works cited page first has all of your sources listed properly, because that is going to tell you how to cite it in the text. So, for example, if you have a source that does not have an author listed, then the first element on the works cited page is going to be the title. of the article or of the web page in quotations. And then that is what you use in your in-text citation, your parenthetical citation in the paragraph. That's how you cite it, right? If there is an author, then in the parentheses, you would put the author's last name. So, all of that is covered here, but please make sure this is an important part. I know some people kind of think that it's, I don't know, like a second thought, all the citation. But it is a very important part of writing, and especially as you continue on in your college career, you're going to have to learn other ways of citation, right? If you go into the sciences, it's going to be APA. If you go into the histories, I think it's Chicago style. So, you know, they're all just variations, but it is important for you to learn and be able to apply those rules to your writing, to your papers. Okay, next up, we have this counter arguments page. So there's two parts here. You're going to read this information, these infographics, this Graham's hierarchy of disagreement, and then you're going to read these 5 articles from Module 10. You're going to take notes or annotate all of these things and upload those here to this assignment. Your rough draft of essay 3 and your tutoring are both due Monday. Now, if you need extra time for tutoring, like let's say you submit your rough draft on Monday and then you get tutoring Tuesday, and then you're working on finishing that up and to submit your final draft by Friday, July 24th, which is the last day of class. That's fine. So don't worry about that if you need a couple extra days to get that tutoring finished and complete. And then looking ahead to week 8, I will not record a video for next week because it's pretty self-explanatory. It's basically just your final draft of Essay 3 is due. So again, prioritize that tutoring, and if you can get another tutoring session in there at some point in the next couple weeks, if you can get 2 tutoring sessions done, that would be great because you're going to get even more feedback. I did give everybody feedback on their rough drafts of Essay 2, but just with the time between rough draft and final draft, I don't know if I'll be able to give everybody feedback on the rough drafts. So tutoring is your best bet to get that individualized feedback that really helps improve your writing and is tailored explicitly towards what you need and where you're at. Okay, well, that's it for this week. And again, I won't record another video next week. So this is my last video toward to you. And thank you for being here in my class this summer. I hope you have enjoyed the class. Um, you've learned something new and that your writing skills, thinking skills, researching skills have improved and that will serve you well as you continue your education. So thank you again. And please, as always, feel free to reach out to me, send me a message if you have any questions or concerns. All right. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.